Do a neck reveal. So, what you doing your girl this like that? When she so you see tell her friend not him cooking probably? Good question. Mean dude, even a blind kid with no arms that has dyslexia can write better than this. My license photo. The only thing the woman who took my photo said was, "You're okay with this?" Surprised you they let you select M instead of offender. Rice gum is really progressive and is breaking down stereotypes, like Asians being smart. So 2-inch deer hornets are big, but my 2 inches are small. Yay, okay. One stings with pain and the other with disappointment. People who get diarrhea from Taco Bell are weak, and their bloodline is weak, and history will forget them. Choose your fighter. Why does it look like the guy on the right is wearing someone else's face? I was wearing a plaid skirt and some dude cat called me, and I didn't turn around, so he said whatever, picnic table ace butch LMFAO. Woman shoots man 17 times. By miracle, no shots hit the target. The woman looks like she's trying to watch her singular brain cell bounce around in her skull. Juwan Howard looks like someone tried to draw Will Smith from memory. Nicki Minaj bulk me because I said slapping her on the ace must sound like when you close the microwave door too hard. I know you are, but what am I? Hannah is like Rapunzel. Elaborate. Instead of letting her hair down, she just lets her family down. Jenna looks like a goblin banker of Gringotts in Harry Potter movies. Hey, thanks. Awesome that you're doing this, by the way. You're the first person I've ever talked to who spent time inside a whale. Besides your dad. When you meeting the Avengers today and Stanley tomorrow? I love how Captain America has the whole outfit on, and Chris Pratt just looks like a poor single dad that's been through 4 divorces. You look like Jimmy Neutron with maxed out stats. Did man really land on the moon in 1969? Or was it all a publicity stunt? Hi there. It would take a team of 300,000 engineers working for nearly 10 years to design a vehicle to plumb the crushing depths of my disappointment in you right now. The Queen's Gambit gives us an insight into romance between an Oblivion Breton and an Izo Bosma. If these two had a child, their eyes would be perfectly spaced. Amazon says it was not price gouging during the pandemic when it sold toilet paper for $36. That photo of Bezos looks like an artist recreation from the found bones of an ancient ruler. She looks like the type of lady that acts all sweet, but then after she gets criticism she goes home and microwaves her hamster. Your name sounds like what a deaf lumberjack would shout. Thanks, ace-hole. Grown men. Why are you still playing video games? Same reason you wear makeup. Nice little escape from reality. It makes my heart smile when two ugly people find each other and fall in love. So who's the lucky guy? Does your boss know you joke about design industry on Twitter? Yeah, he does. If you'd like to contact him, however, please feel free. 07395. Hey, my name's from the recruitment agency Media. I was wondering if you knew about your employer Tommy Mason and his Twitter material. I'm my own boss, you wet wipe. Tommy. How does Pedro Pascal play the slickest, most disarming and intimidating characters in Game of Thrones, Star Wars and Narcos, and show up for every interview looking like the guy you forgot has been crashing on your couch for the last 3 weeks? This is what Donkey would have looked like if he had drank the human potion instead of Shrek. I went to hug a girl and she grabbed my hand and shook it. What are the most isolated places on earth known to man? Your bed, I'm guessing. We need to stop giving serial killers cool names like the Night Stalker or the Green River Killer. We should remove the mystique, make it sound less appealing. The Micropens Maniac. Bobby Dipshot, the stupid murderer. Me in 4th grade, look under there. Friend, underwear. Me, you fool. You absolute moron. You are such a monumental aid jot that you don't even realize what you just said. I'm a verbal magician and you, my friend, are a naive simpleton. Your family line deserves to die with you. So people really out here putting heat source in the fridge. The back of the bottle literally says refrigerate after opening and you'll still put it in the cabinet. Y'all don't follow directions and that's why y'all keep getting pregnant. Piers Morgan denies being home alone to pigeon lady. Karen doesn't need to listen to doctors. I've been having trouble breathing lately and my doctor told me to get tested for this kung flu. Luckily I still have my oxygen tank from my aunt's and treatments to keep me going. I don't need to hear what the liberal doctors say. God will keep me healthy. Shouldn't she be garroting Mike Wazowski about his paperwork? Why does this guy seem like he's the patient who killed the actual psychiatrist and is impersonating him at the trial? This couple went to gym together for 6 months. Did the guy wait outside? No offense, but he kind of looks like a mixture of Obama and Waluigi. Yobama. Every night I think about the doctor who did humanity a huge disservice by not crushing your infant skull the moment you were born. I think I drew this girl when I was 4. Oh my god. You're like the first half of a commercial for antidepressants. This guy looks like Harry Potter if he did cook Gwyn and built robots. Someone please tell me why Zara thinks that it's okay to model shoes like this. She looks like a cordless Dyson. KJ Apper and Cole Sprouse when they were actually 17. Man, I would have absolutely crushed you at age 17. Crushed? You wouldn't even have survived the weight of my wallet, butch. Can ye better get the duck on with these Cartoon Network evil villainy spooks? Alright, I'll bite. What do I do for a living? Work as a butler in a haunted mansion and put your little hand in the mashed potatoes. Today I learned of kangaroo words. That is, a word that contains a synonym inside it. That is masculine, blossom, chicken or honorable, cucumber. Check out Adolf Titler over here. White Suprema tights. To remember how many feet there are in a mile, you just gotta use 5 tomatoes. 5 tomatoes sounds like 5, 2, 8, 0, and there's 5,280 feet in a mile. To remember how many meters there are in a kilometer, you just remember 1000, because the system of measurement in the rest of the world wasn't invented by a drunk mathematician rolling dice. I feel like Adam Levine just went to a tattoo artist and said make me look like a tattooed guy. He looks like a bathroom wall at a gas station. Scientists hope to use 10 eggs harvested from the last 2 northern white rhinos to create viable embryos that will be transferred into surrogates from another rhino subspecies. Eggs harvested from last 2 living northern white rhinos in bid to prevent extinction. Rhinos don't even lay eggs and these same scientists tell us 5G is safe whatever. Rhinos are going extinct while this person is out there able to reproduce. Lil Pump is the type of person to put a ruler under his pillow and see how long he slept. Which type of tattoo makes you cringe the most? Literally anyone that has 2 small tattoos and is constantly posting about how discriminated against people with tattoos are and how pathetic all the Karens of the world are for being offended by tattoos. Like calm down Becky, no one has ever said anything actually rude to you about your 3-inch faith tattoo written in such swirly cursive that it could be a roller coaster at my whole identity is Victimhood Island. Pete Davidson really backed Ariana Grande and Kim Kardashian in the same lifetime. Dude looks like walking gonorrhea. It's extremely difficult to find a picture of Stackhouse coaching where he doesn't look like a dignified yet super confused vampire. It's pathetic you'd rather people get Cupid and die so you can walk around in a $2,000 carpet and ducking go woof woof. He gonna sneeze once and turn into an active shooter with them buttons. As a teenager, a dude made a comment about shooting his cram 40 feet. A nerdy kid sat down, did a bunch of math, and explained that the velocity it'd have to reach to get that kind of distance would kill the spam from air resistance. So effectively, he was infertile. It was pretty ducking funny at the time. Just because a dude had sat there to the side of this back and forth then jumps in with a sheet of math and a fertility burn. Ian is dressed like he traffics illegal iguanas on site to pay for his French rifle at Binge. Girls think a foot fetish is weird, but turn into Niagara Falls over some veins and shut. Tell me who the real weirdo is here, you cardiovascular hole. People always say Chance my brother. What you'll think? You look like his annoying little cousin, Opportunity the singer. I once got roofied in an Applebee's, and the food was still the worst thing that happened to me that night. Cheat mode. Close your eyes and you can play any game in your mind, even Paper Mario. Paper Mario is trash. Close your eyes and imagine yourself being a more likable person, and then open them and weep. Bro built like a deep breath. Never in my life have I seen a physique like this. I will personally organize a local militia if I'm forced to stay in my ducking house any longer. You couldn't organize a hunger strike at a fashion show. I never understood the appeal of feet. Thick thighs save lives. Fat's thick to you. What the duck? Do you have to hold your nut in when you see two gas station heat dogs stuck together on the roller? Christ. Y'all. I'm in class. Kids are working, talking and whatnot. I hear this. You're like a plunger. Always bringing up old shut. I hollered. In Fantastic Four, 2007, the Invisible Woman was played by Jessica Alba, who was perfect for the role because she hasn't been seen in a movie since then. Rare sight of me smiling in a picture. Girl, you bout the cutest tennis ball I ever seen. Vanilla Ice is having a 4th of July weekend concert in Texas despite corona. Should be fine. We are still allowed to gather in groups up to 10. Who is the cringiest celebrity? DJ Khaled. All he does is say his own name. The guy's a Pokemon. Why I never trust a mother ducker who drinks milk. I love how milk has become the universal symbol of true evil and psychopathy in film, because it's both valid and correct. You'll just think milk is for psychopaths because your dad never came back with it. I'm Muslim and even I know when Iraq is absolutely ducked. This shut looks like it was shoved in one of them heat pocket sleeping bags and microwaved on Zap Me Daddy for 8 minutes. I lost a soccer bet. How bad is it? Don't get any minions and you will be fine. NBA Twitter is something else. James Harden always looks like he's just about to lead the Israelites through the Red Sea. Drake the type to steal your girl because he is better, more famous and sexier than you broke boy. Stream her loss. Drake the type of guy to make a Reddit account after finding out about this subreddit and post this thinking he'll get up votes. Zuckerberg is the only human that looks more human as a gore-ored shaded low poly third model. Jack White looks like Michael Cera dressed up as Johnny Depp for Halloween. Disgusting man with an evil face. If Alvin and the Chipmunks were real, he would exploit them and keep them in a tiny cage with Cookwin in the water bottle so they'd form an addiction and depend on him. This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes. He's the fish when I tap on the glass. Andrew Tate loses legal appeal to end detention in Romania. Mario came out so long ago most people forgot. New York City middle school teacher tells students Yoshi is trans and Peach is lesbian as she gives Nintendo character sexual gender identities. Teacher. Guy. CI's lesbian. Pre-transition trans girl. Trans. Demisexual. Bisexual polyamorous. This sounds like an ironic fanfiction I would write while on 50 Benadryls. This is 10% duct, 20% whip, 15% AliExpress LED stripes, 5% showy, 50% lame, and 100% gimmick for the internet fame. Looks like he about to yell out he needs more pictures of Spider-Man then starts singing I want to break free. In Joker, Arthur suffers from a condition that causes him to laugh loudly and uncontrollably, even when things are not funny. When he tries to do stand-up, he has difficulty finishing a joke due to laughing too hard. This is a reference to Jimmy Fallon, who the character is based on. He refused to let me help him order his food because he's a big boy. Now his ace sitting in the back mad as hell with his egg on a heat dog bun with jalapenos and bulk olives for breakfast. You gon' learn today. He's dressed like he's already divorced. Every time I do something stupid, my dad stares at my mom like he wants a refund. You ever meet a man and get strong Reddit vibes from him? The scene on the palm of your hand does not have the ability to grow hair. What part of your body do you wish had this type of scene? Between my eyebrows. I'm guessing that S isn't needed. This man would slap his own ace during sex. His face after he says connecting with people made me scream. Why does he look like an animated breadstick? Wendy Williams at age 12 is built like a 42-year-old Caribbean hard-working father of 6. My mother just told my brother to change his sheets before his girlfriend comes for a visit because we don't want her to get pregnant just by sitting down. I nearly passed myself. Destruction 100. Gwyneth Paltrow looks like she's on trial in 1987 for hiring a hitman to kill her husband. Fans think Robert Downey Jr. looks old and sick because of his vegan diet, calling him Iron Deficiency Man. Tom Brady and Tony Dungy looking like they poisoned your food and are waiting for you to eat it. Rappers today be looking like a desk in detention. Whenever I see Elizabeth with her sisters, it just looks like a proud mother protecting her lost and terrified kiddos. Protecting little kiddos. Man, the twins look like they've been drinking rubbing alcohol for the past 20 years. Getting called a non-player character. Hello. I get called a non-player character by everyone literally every day, but I don't know why. When I ask them why, they say nothing good. I suspect it's probably because of my movements or something, or my constant tiredness, but what do you guys think? It's very annoying. Thanks in advance. Give them a quest to go duck themselves. Best comment of the day. Jake is a type of guy to look up and down when crossing a road. Cardi B makes music for single moms who say my kids are my world when grandma has full custody. I mean, I don't complain about shit and I'm the 400-pound dude danging out your mom. My brother in Christ, the only thing you're danging out is your knees on the way to the fridge. Happy Mother's Day to all of the single fathers out there who have had to raise their kids without a mother. Today's about mothers. Why do men always have to try and take away everything that's just for women? You'll want to talk. He's raised 2 great children all by himself. He does school bake sales, cooks dinner, cleans and does his daughter's hair before school. Your 4 kids all live with your parents because you can't stay out of jail for more than 6 months. He's more of a mother than you'll ever be. This kid was born with a suspended driver's license. Why does he tweet like the non-player characters in Pokemon games? Thanksgiving cuisine is such a delightful symphony of flavor. Most honest used car ad I've ever seen. 2003 VW Jetta, no longer needed by my son as he seems to take my Tahoe whenever he wants. Body in good shape, interior as well, though smells like a crayon factory. Backseat unused, he couldn't get laid in a monkey hole house with a fistful of bananas. Runs well, may need fresh clutch, because he drives like a little a-hole. No PS5 today, because the gaming PC I built leaves it in the dust. You'll be like the vegans of gaming. You just won't shut the duck up about your preference despite no one caring. She's like an alien who went to Earth to study us, but accidentally got famous and can't leave. Kid Rock makes music for dudes who are only allowed to see their kids on weekends but don't. Looks like he got diagnosed with depression from a BuzzFeed quiz. We've received package of American sweets from American friend. We sat like 5 people and tried everything from the box. Everything was too sweet. Really too sweet. No wonder Americans are so fat. You thought sweets were too sweet? No wonder Europe's main export is depression. That guy was bad at his job the same way a surgeon is bad at his job when he's sewing your ace to your head and the face to your ear. But I'm sure you already know that from personal experience, given what shut just came out of your mouth. It's 7 AM and I just witnessed a mere deer with words. Thanos with human scene looks like an offensive line coach. 1998. I am, you know, internet, books. I sell books on the internet. Sorry, 2017. So I told him you can keep your job if you kill your dog. He did it. Here I have photos. I fired him anyway. Ha 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 ha. Jeff Bezos looks like the kind of guy Jeff Bezos would beat up. Praying for the people in England. What happened there? They live there. My legs are getting bigger than my biceps. I've been training for a solid 7 months and my legs are starting to get bigger than my biceps. Have my biceps hit a plateau? Or do I just have good leg genetics? You have very poor brain genetics. I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore. Father's Day is a sexist concept. Maybe happy spam generator for conception day. Listen Albert, there are approximately 380 billion trees in the Amazon rainforest and most of them work hard to produce oxygen for us, so there is at least one tree out there working hard so you can breathe. So I want you to find that tree and apologize to it for wasting its hard work. If you're a woman and can't cook, it's like what the duck was you doing during your preteen and teens years? Being a hoe. Got your LMRO. Working my ace off at school so I can be a boss ace hoe and hire you as my chef since you're so good at cooking. If Willy Wonka was from New Jersey, Jeremy Allen White photographed by Eric Ray Davidson for GQ. Yeah lad, carry us. Yeah, don't worry, I'm a garbage collector in real life. So, I'm used to carrying trash like you guys. Slexism is alive in America. Went to get an oil change, and the all-white CI's males laughed at me and told me to get lost. Probably jealous I drive a Tesla and they don't. Wow, drives the only electric car to still have a dipstick in it. The world's dirtiest man Amal Haji, who last showered 65 years ago and lived on a diet of raw animal meat and a pack of cigarettes a day, passed away at 94. He believed soap and water would make him sick. So he lived to 95 and got 0 butchers. Not worth it in my opinion. You shower and get the same result. I've got a nut and a knife, and one of them's going inside you. I'd prefer the knife, cause that way, I'd actually feel it. Whale returns iPhone to woman who dropped it in the sea. We already have enough trash in the ocean. We don't need your selfies too. Adam Silver looks like he sneaks into the cabinets late at night to eat raw pasta. The brand girl was so basic that if you dropped her in industrial grade acid, she'd balance the pH. More than 5 feet 11 inches. I don't like short guys, says the girl who looks like Mr. Bean had his legs changed. Charlie looks like when Deadpool gets torn in half and he grows back a baby's bottom half. This should be illegal. Making the jump button anything but the top button should be illegal. This is the most disgusting tweet I've ever seen. The orange juice after toothpaste of tweets. Only in Charleston, South Carolina, the woman faces 6 counts of animal cruelty. Police arrest woman after 26 cats, 6 dogs, 2 squirrels, blind owl found in home. It looks like she drew eyes onto her eyelids and has her eyes closed. This is the blind owl. In support of the writer's strike, George R.R. Martin has paused writing on a Game of Thrones spin-off show, which is a surprise to no one, because if there's one thing George R.R. Martin loves more than writing, it's not writing. I'm extremely tall, 7 feet 1, and this morning a Christian friend of mine said the fact I didn't pursue basketball as a livelihood was a slight against God and the gifts he gave me. I hate being this height, and I said I was cursed not blessed. He has now bulked me. Who is right and wrong here? Yeah, it's a slight against God that he didn't pursue proctology with his head so far up his ace. Is Lars the best drummer in the world? Lars isn't even the best drummer in Metallica. Chris Martin looks like a toddler named Ryder at a preschool that costs $50,000 a year. Once Ellen threw down the ultimatum, it became the most expensive duck around, and find out in the history of human civilization. Dude acted like his staff worked at a Waffle House, like they couldn't get jobs next week. You didn't drop $44 billion just for a website. You paid for some of the most talented web engineers on the planet, and you treated them worse than Herschel Walker treats one of his side chicks, talking about their periods being late. Click. Oprah knows what's up. Imagine this family being worried about your unborn baby's appearance. Gramps over on the top right corner looking like he just crawled out of the grave to smoke one last joint. I'm notifying all my old boyfriends that I'm getting married and I'm officially off the market. I'm sure the pulse setting on your shower will be devastated. She looks like a mix of Kim Kardashian and Buzz Lightyear. Dude went from looking like the heartthrob of a high school vampire romance novel to the author of the same novel. May I die before my genes ever even try to do me like this. Amen. Men who hate women on Twitter are weird. I hate mushrooms, but I don't hunt down, correct, criticize, humiliate, jack off to them. TikTok looks exactly like a fake social media app the main character of a Disney Channel original movie would get cyberbullied on. If your child puts his or her hand in the topping, you have to pay for the entire container. Thank you. The ones offended by the sign are the type of parents who have kids that smell like hot dog water. EA has copy and pasted FIFA on Switch for 2 years, so we copy and pasted our review from last year, but lowered the score, naturally. Painful. If last year's release was borderline insulting, this year's is just plain disgraceful. Can't nobody tell me shut with my Duragon. You look like a hood angel who came back to tell his homie that the street's not worth it. My ex would not pay $35 to you but to me. The boy I've been talking to paid over $800 for a plane ticket to see me for 3 days. Moral of the story, know your worth. You'll get your worth. The grass is in fact greener on the other side. The guy talking to you paid to dang you. The guy who was danging you earlier already knew it wasn't worth $35. You look like one of those advisor non-player characters in a city building game. Those of you who've walked out on first dates, what was your I'm out of here moment? She immediately started talking about how her ex would regularly have sex with her without a condo, how he cheated on her and she couldn't afford an STD test, and then went on to say I wasn't like other guys cause I wasn't interested in sex, but then immediately started poking my crotch to see if I was honey. This girl didn't display a red flag. She was an entire Soviet parade. Guess what I'm good at? Imitating mechanic. People from Wyoming are in my mentions insulting me for dissing their state yesterday, and I'm just imagining them furiously riding a horse to a McDonald's in Utah just so they could get Wi-Fi and tweet at me. You could blindfold her with dental floss. Remote jobs are terrible for your mental health. I want to socialize with everyone. I need to know if the woman in HR is going to get divorced or not. You're the exact reason the rest of us wanna stay home. Ladies of Reddit, what's an instant lady Dana Keller? Everyone is talking about clean, short fingernails. While I also agree those are important, if he has toenails, that could strongly assist him climb a tree. I'm out. Boston unveils new sculpture honoring Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. Looks like Shaq's girlfriend holding his dog. I slept with a fat girl once. It was 2007. I met her in a cowboy bar. She was a conservative from Long Island who weighed 130, maybe 140 pounds. When she texted me a week later, I told her I was bisexual to scare her off. Mate, you look like what would realistically happen if the Joker fell in a tank of acid. So you ghosted me? No, I didn't. Your conversation skills were below par, and I carried the conversation all the time. You are nonchalant, inexpressive, and your idea of taking an interest in me was a constant. How was your day? Having a conversation with you was not mentally stimulating. I didn't ghost you. I just stopped entertaining mediocrity. Wow. She just straight up told this man he was ugly. You're like this. A rock. Unassuming on the outside, but a treasure within. If you saw yourself getting sold on dark web and you decided to buy yourself, how do you think they'd deliver you to you? Bold of you to assume I have the money. Bold of you to assume that you're expensive. Drake. So I read an article once that interviewed Drake's personal trainer. He said something along the lines of Drake is so fit that he can do 100 burpees in an hour, or something like that. I thought about it for a second and then figured that yes, doing 100 burpees is a feat of fitness, but in an hour, that seems pretty doable. So right then and there, I got my fat ace off the couch and did 100 burpees in 20 minutes. Just as a duck you to Drake. I was really proud of myself too. So I kept up with it, doing sets of 100 burpees every once a week or so. It's really improved my overall health. I'm down to 9 minutes. It was a really great motivator to prove over and over that Drake is a punk ace butch. We don't need gravity. Gravity is invented by Isaac Newton. I saw this on TikTok. Shut like this is a reason why I look both ways at roundabouts.